Perhaps I should set it so that it's like it adds to a timer instead of like toggling it. I don't know. What's this? Conveyor pull. I need a lot of this limestone. Hello, what are you? You know, my instincts tell me that this is a creature that could end my life should it feel threatened, but I really want to kill it. All right, what do I need to make a lion instincts in exactly? You understand. Okay, so conveyor belts cannot be connected to portable miners, but I have not yet been given real miners. Okay, I need this. Show it that it is your savannah. Tempting. Very well. It shall die. Yeah, run. I shall corner you. It appears to defy the laws of reality. I need a real weapon, and I need a sharp stick. I need this thing to be... I don't know. It has fled it inside of the rocks. I cannot reach it. It's like fighting an ostrich. Yeah. It's cheating. That's what it is. Iron rods. I have one of those. So I just need to make 74 more. Perhaps it would be wise to invest in a constructor. Round 2 when you invent C4? Exactly. When I invent the good old-fashioned gun. I'm over again. Damn. It would probably be more wise to set up the constructor now, but as far as I'm concerned, it makes very little difference. This might be out of my reach, actually. No, I have enough. Okay. I wonder what they intend for you to automate with conveyor belts at this stage if the portable mining rig is not sufficient.
Hub Upgrade 5, Power Expansion, completed. The miner, unlike portable miners, can be connected to conveyor belts and requires power to function. Caution: as you expand, the energy demand of your production may exceed the capacity of your power grid. The onboarding program was established because Fix-It pioneers often experience memory issues after planetfall. If you are experiencing nosebleeds, nausea, existentialism, or an itchy scalp, there is no need for concern. This should pass within 5 to 7 workdays. Next objective: complete hub upgrade.
5 to 7 workdays. I believe you. All right, let's see what was new added to my base, my hub. Apparently not a cup. Unfortunately, nothing. Very well. Ensure resource nodes are clear of clutter before placing a miner MK1. Ah, I see. The portable miner is a prerequisite. Iron plate and concrete. It's the funny hour where I am. There's nothing necessarily funny about this hour to me, no matter what hour time it might be. Would you care to explain? 3 a.m.? Oh, I see. Does this need to be squarely on? Okay. I've made a mistake. How much is returned to me? Oh, like all of it. Alright, that's nice. I was worried that I'd have to face some unfortunate penalty for misplacing. I watched a friend I watched a friend build and tear down their factory over and over again because it wasn't girly pop enough. I understand that it must look satisfying, right? That's part of the name, satisfactory. Of course you must make a satisfactory factory in satisfactory. This is only right. I dare say one would be insane not to do such a thing. I'll go downstairs, get a snack, and then I'll go lay down. Okay. Is this your way of saying goodbye, or should I be expecting you back? I'm still here. I'll say proper nights when I'm done numbing. Okay. I hope you find something nice to eat. Need more plates. I do have one. How many do I need? 4. Wonderful. Truly wonderful. Now, how do I get the copper over here? Space elevator. Requires deliveries of special project parts to complete project assembly phases. Completing these phases will unlock new tiers in the hub terminal. Biomass. Vehicles can use it for power. Biomass is much more energy efficient than raw biological matter. More inventory slots. I fear they may expect me to set up more parts to this. $120 ore per minute, whereas this can only accept 30. We require more. This can support at least 3 more smelters. Missing concrete. I want to reestablish the smelter I had over here. This is not parallel. Or not aligned. Things must at the very least be aligned. I need 50 copper ingots. Which I have. I need a lot of iron. This might be a good moment to invest in a crafter. Reinforced iron plates. Alright, I'm done eating. So I will nap now. I hope you get some good rest, Thoros. What is this, like, dust that I keep on seeing? Good night, your adorableness. I'll leave space open for you in the bed for later. Have a good stream. Thank you. I appreciate the consideration. Hearing the miner go from like word to life and then go right back to sleep is quite quite obnoxious. All right, that will work. That'll do its work while I bang away at these iron sheets. Actually, perhaps it might be a better idea to have it do this instead. Yeah, that'll do it eventually. It's not like I think I'm concerning myself too much with having an overload of materials when I know full well that I'll eventually need more anyhow. It's just a lot more. I just quite prefer having exactly the amount I need when excess is the name of the game here. I need to go collect more concrete. It is getting a bit tedious to have to go back and forth to the limestone deposit, however. I hope to see this resolved sooner rather than later. Come back. I do hope I will eventually be able to claim one of those lizard doggos as a pet. I am curious, however. Codex. Whoa. Press O and you can see the code. Go to your inboxes.
hub foundation built. The hub terminal and crafting bench are only the humble beginnings of a successful Fix-It pioneer, but essential for the next steps of onboarding. Once finished, loading objective-based introduction. Begin onboarding.
Fix-It does not pay by the kilometer. Storage and frame complete. Equipment like the portable miner can now be made in the workshop. Congratulations on completing your first milestone. The first of many providing access to new recipes and technologies for the Fix-It mission. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 2. Fueling the biomass burner with inappropriate materials will result in deductions or even cancellations of your yearly bonus. I think that might be, I think that might be a euphemism for death. It's designed to salvage all resources used during construction. In line with our zero waste policy, we understand that Fix-It pioneers are only human and thus prone to error.
Hub upgrade 4, landing platform and utilities completed. Conveyor belts connect the output of one building to the input of another and transport resources. Due to past incidents, I have been asked to issue a clarification. Portable miners, obviously, do not have a connection for conveyor belts. There is nothing to suggest, visually or functionally, that they can be connected to portable miners.
If this is something you struggle with, do not worry. Fix-It has alternative use for all their pioneers.
Next objective, complete hub upgrade 5.
It's really wonderful. I hate that some of this happens while I'm talking, and I can't hear these beautiful messages. Potential edible collected. Eating it does not and surviving does not count as a valid field test. Potential edible sample of new alien species acquired. Notable features are blunt teeth, suggesting it is a herbivorous, and a thickly plated skull and spine suggests it is proficient at inflicting and receiving blunt force trauma. Preserve the remains for later study. Okay. I think this should be enough limestone for our purposes now. Okay. I found the ping function. And then how did I bring up the perhaps a review of the controls keybinds might be helpful. Respawn, map marker. Where's the notes? There was a note feature. Hmm. Satisfactory note. Q. Ah, I see. This should be. Well, it's not finished, but close to it. I think giving it like 44 more should be fine. And I'll make the pipes myself. Oh, I have more than enough pipes already. Oh, sorry. They're not pipes, they're rods. Apologies. I was not speaking of the acclaimed weapon of Shiro Emiya of Fate Stay Night acclaim. Or the legendary weapon in Code Vein. Actually, if I wasn't if I wasn't bonded to the spear and bayonet, I might have actually tried to stick with the pipe for as long as possible. I think there are upgrades to the pipe too. It's amazing. You could go a full pipe run. These plates are quite troublesome to make.
Hub upgrade 6, landing platform hydraulics, completed. Freighter landing initialized. Congratulations, you have completed onboarding and achieved the absolute minimum skill level required of a Fix-It pioneer.
Thank you.
Fix-It looks forward to your future achievements, because a future with Fix-It is a future with you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are now available in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually. Your first official objective is to initiate project assembly by building the space elevator. This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fix-It recommends getting to work.
Thank you. Oh, what does this do exactly? I know if you line up a bunch of entrances for the tube, the speed is exponential and it makes you into a railgun. This reminds me of the Dungeons and Dragons theory, where it is a free action to pass, or it's either a free action or just a simple action to. Right, you can ask 100 peasants, right, to pass a rod, to the next person, right, to hold their reaction and hand the rod to the next person. The peasant railgun, exactly, and you can, and on your command, you can have them pass it to the next person, and it will accelerate within 6 seconds, 500 feet, which is definitely an incredible speed, probably, and such amount of if you are the last person, you can theoretically throw the stick or like spear or whatever, and deal theoretically incredible amounts of damage to an enemy because you are flinging a spear at many miles per hour. I as a DM would not allow this to happen. For the simple reason that after like the 30th peasant, the speed will probably get too fast and it will invariably drop from one of the peasant's hands. and go flying off somewhere to go to Lord knows where, and just to cause a ineffective something ineffective. Also, depending on the setting, it might be a little hard to gather 100 peasants in one place. But okay, build the space elevator. Why am I building a space elevator? I'd allow it, but all villains are now 2 level dip into monks for deflect arrow. Deflect arrow does not care how fast your non-magical projectile is. I'm not sure if there are any rules saying like that you would necessarily gain bonus for how fast your projectile is either. Exactly. So rules as written, nothing would happen. It would just be a regular attack. It's quite a lame way of going about it, but I would like to. Only bonuses are from weight, like with things like gravity arrow. I'm not sure if I know what this is. I need to set up an automated biomass creator. But things as they are now, it is a what was the word? Innumerable? No, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. It is a trivial amount of resources to process. So I might give some sonic damage and kill half the peasants when it breaks the sound barrier. Gravity arrow is a wizard spell that enchants arrows with gravity and treat them as one size larger for damage. I didn't know that like size meant anything for damage. Surely I won't need all of this. Okay, I think this is an absurd amount of biomass for the current state. The current stage in my projection. So this should be it. This should be sufficient. Oh, it is way more. I think wood was being consumed at like a very quick, very fast rate. So I need more cables. Is iron ore. Hmm. I'm tempted to throw out the iron ore. Since it is quite a relatively trivial amount. What I really want is like belt splitters. Because currently this is too much stuff. I wonder if one of the other hub upgrades will give me belt splitters. Base building, logistics, belt splitter. Lookout tower. Okay. I need the belt splitter. Perhaps it would be prudent to just simply feed the iron straight into here. I think that's what I will do. Wrong way again. Is your costume a certain anime character or just your creation? I am myself. I hope that answers your question. As a matter of fact, I created this model myself. No power. There's technically a what's it called? An excess of iron being fed into here. Might have to have power lines that lead into power lines. I'm not overwhelming the grid, am I? No. What you see, like... What you see before you is Liaka. Suppose I... Ow. suppose I must get to making these pipes. Pipe world. I've been told that like my like I'm reminiscent of like my office reminiscent of Arknights, but I don't really see it. Unfathomable amount of wire. This is why there are people just Arknights has such a wide pool of characters that everything can look like Arknights. I feel like the like aesthetic of Arknights is like more like modern fantasy. So like there are knights, they're like people in I guess you're right, yeah. Yeah, wait, it is such a wide like variety that anything can look into, like anything can look kind of into it. But I think there's a certain like accessorized, like a certain sense of accessorization that's distinct from like something like Genshin that it has. Like I think Arknights has a better sense of fashion than Genshin, for example. I might have to start making iron plates myself. How saddening. More tink 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 tink. I won't even be able to make all of it myself. I have to run back and check the machine. I can't like split it. What did I do?
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean.
Terrifying.
Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
Thank you. I feel something. Let's take a look around. Perhaps there will be more stuff to kill. I forget that I... What time is it for you? It is currently... 10 minutes to 10. A little bit more than a quarter to 10, indeed. Oh.
Potential edible collected. Reminder that look and smell alone do not provide sufficient data to determine exact risk of consumption. Just because it looks like you can eat it, does not mean it won't eat you. Store this potential resource for later use.
Huh. Alright, well, good night. I'm tired. I hope you get some good rest. Thank you for coming. I don't see what the bacon agaric did. Oh, you know, there's technically an advertisement going on. Perhaps now would be a suitable time to go and grab some water. What if I pull the what if I commit the devious act of running an ad almost back to back to having previously ran an ad? How expansive. I'm a sub, I'm immune to ads, so I'd be game. Indeed. Do I get like ad revenue if I am if do I get ad revenue if the person like if it's like a sub, like a subscriber? Also, do you like the new emote? That's not good. I'm going to die if I continue this assault. Okay, I will have to be swift. Oh, I can in fact. Requires better timing.
Conceal. Conceal. Conceal.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. It is unclear where on the flora or fauna spectrum it lies, but initial data suggests this might be a nest or an egg. Preserve the remains for later study.
Subs still count as an ad viewer to my knowledge. Same with Turbo. Wonderful. I think I have to wait a little bit to run an ad. I'm not sure how long I have to wait though. Perhaps it is too long a time to wait though. Oh, I figured that this water might try to drag me off to places unknown. However. Maybe I should make the confetti bigger. It does kind of like, it is a bit hard to see. What do you think? You agree? There's currently but one use for copper, or perhaps I should just if I was making that demo, I think I would separate. I have the confetti and and myself separated, so I think I could like have the confetti like move the opposite direction from or like kind of like stay still. I wonder if that would make the emote look a bit more if that would make that emote look more excited. Okay. I need to I think this will be in the way actually. This will also end up being in the way. The spaghetti. Okay, this is slightly better. Now we need a bunch more of these. How many can I support? This creates 120, and this consumes 30. So I can support like 4 of these.